Hello everyone, I'm Divyansh and I was Google Summer of Code mentee this summer with the Processing Foundation, and my project was GitHub Action for p5.js translation tracker. Before actually getting into my project, I would like to give you guys some context. One of the main focus of p5.js of processing in general is accessibility, and as a part of accessibility, the our website p5.js is available in 5 different languages, including English, Hindi, simplified Chinese, Korean, and Spanish. So last year, I was a part of this project for p5.js 2.0. We were moving the translation in these 5 different languages. We were part of like around 20 contributors who were working on their respective languages to update the translations across examples, references, and these. While working on this, one main issue is like you had to manually track which all examples or which all documentations are outdated. We had to manually check, and then we had to manually update those things, right? So it was a very tedious task. So yeah, coming back to the problem. So the problem here is that the English documentations or the websites, that gets changed very frequently. That might be a code change, that might be a adding more description to some function or some reference, some tool, some library. So these all were the tedious tasks. So that's why this summer I was involved in making this GitHub action that does these things automatically. So for example, I'll show you this thing. So I'm currently on the English version of this color example. Suppose I wanted to add something in this. I wanted to, add this thing that, okay, color basically adds color to your p5.js sketches. So to edit this thing, I can either fork this whole repo manual on my local system, or I can just go to the GitHub and I can go to this particular page on GitHub, which is like the description.mdx file of this color example. And I can just go here and just simply edit this particular thing, the lines that it adds color. And then I click on commit changes and it will basically create a pull request. So since I have already done that, so I'll just show you what will happen when you will actually create a pull request and it gets merged by some maintainer. As soon as you click on them, as soon as the maintainer clicks on merge, so something like this happens. So as you can see, this bot has created one issue which basically says that update translations for description.mdx, and it literally points out which file got changed, what all languages got affected, like what all languages was and even the time when they were last updated, that Spanish was updated on this date, Hindi on this date, simplified Korean, and simplified Chinese. And it also tags the relevant stewards in these particular languages. Like it will tag like this, so they get notified in real time of like what exactly was changed. And it also has this action checklist, so they can review the recent English file and they can work accordingly, and they can even assign someone to work on this. And it also has this very nice thing, the description thing. You can basically check the last commit and you can exactly see the lines that were changed. And not only this, it is not only like for the stewards or contributors, it is also for the users. So for the users who are visiting the website, suppose that color was changed, so they will see a banner like this. Suppose I am on the Hindi version, so I will see something like this, which basically translates to that the page that you're seeing, it might be outdated compared to its English version. So either you can that there are also two inline links which says either you can switch over to the English version to see the latest version, or you can even contribute to the translations. This was about like what I did. Now how it actually worked, a brief about what exactly happened under the hood. So basically, just like other GitHub action which are set up in p5.js website, it is also an action that runs on the node.js script. So basically, there's a script written that compares English folder, which is the source directory, and then content in that can be example, that can be tutorial, that can be text detail, that can be events. So it compares the files located in the English version with respective languages, and then it uses OctaKit GitHub API to create an issue. One thing to note here is that this folder like comparison only works for examples, like tutorials, these things. It doesn't work for reference yet, because that is a more complicated part. It gets in from data.json. That is a whole complicated thing. Not going to that. So after the issue gets created, it will have the affected file, it will have a summary of what got changed, it will also assign the stewards. So what it did, it basically, rather than not automating the whole thing, because we can't depend upon the machine transaction to give the native field to the users, rather than doing that, we reduce the manual tracking effort of what exactly got changed. User can, someone can just go on to issue, uh, filter according to label, filter according to language, filter according to translation, and they also get notified, because if they are steward, they will also get notified that they were tagged in some issue. So they can either review it, they can contribute themselves, or they can just close it if that is not relevant to them. So yeah, this is it. Apart from this, there's a lot of, I will encourage people to contribute in this. There's a lot of future scope in this project. We have the banner I showed, we can just improve the UX of the whole banner. We also have to integrate the reference part up, and we will also love to improve the diff comparison logic.